Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about raw vegan weight loss, and we're going to talk about it from a little different standpoint. We're going to talk about it in terms of changing thought patterns. We're just barely 2 weeks into the year. What's today when I'm shooting this? The 17th, a little over halfway of January. And I already see what I consider, in my opinion, faulty thought patterns and just people doing the same old, same old, same old. And you can't go and say, I don't say this, obviously, it wouldn't sound nice and it wouldn't come across well, but I see people, I'm constantly seeing people all day, every day that I look and go, yep, they're not gonna make it. Nope, they're not gonna lose the weight. If they stick to their current way of what they're doing, because it's just so many old thought patterns. People that talk about this lifestyle can preach about it until we're blue in the face, but people still have that diet thing in their head. They don't think of it as a lifestyle. They don't think of it as long term. They don't have patience. And like I say, that's why I wanted to do this video today, to talk about all the old type of thought patterns and what I'm seeing and why I think a lot of people are going to be in the same place where they were on December 31st of 2016, just a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I'm going to do it. And it's a never-ending circle. It's like a merry-go-round that just keeps going and going and going. People will go through the year, then that'll come, and they'll make the big resolutions, and then they don't actually do it properly, get discouraged, and then it's all done until the end of the year, and then it's time to start it all over again. But all you got to do is adjust those thought patterns and actually believe the people you're watching that are doing videos, that are writing the articles and stuff you're reading online. Just believe the information that you're getting and stop fighting that. I routinely see people ask this question. I get asked this question, and it's not necessarily from absolute newbies. Okay, you can understand any of that kind of stuff, if it is from a newbie, totally newbie, because they don't learn it. But I'm talking about people that have kind of been hanging around, have been in groups, have been watching videos on this lifestyle, attempting this lifestyle for some time. They still ask questions. They still have these issues about the fruit. They let people get into their head on, you can't lose weight eating fruit. The fruit's going to make you fat. The blood sugar issues with the fruit. Yet you have one example after another, after another, after another of people eating tons of fruit that aren't getting fat. And that's why I'm always skeptical, because I'm sorry, but the people that are, if they're even eating remotely like me, I guess you could be raw vegan technically and eating some other stuff, but most of the people that are really doing it actually have to make sure they eat enough to keep the weight on. The weight coming off is not a problem. You got to get all that bad thinking out of your head, like the fruit's going to make you fat, and any of the other little cliches that we've been told in the past, and that come along with a lot of the diets, and stay away from those diets. It's like people have to have patience. Everybody wants that quick fix. Everybody, and everybody wants to troubleshoot if they don't lose the weight immediately. If the weight doesn't start coming off, if they see other people with big numbers, if the weight's not like just melting off, they don't even work through the process or try to evaluate what they're doing. They're just jumping around. They're like a flag in the wind, just blowing in whichever direction that the wind is blowing. But the quick fixes are not going to work. The diets are not going to work. The fast, the cleanses, the juice fast, they're not going to work as far as getting you where you want to go. They can be, the cleanses and the juice feast and fast, they do have their place. They can help you get a jump start sometimes, although that's not my approach. They can help, they're good for cleansing purposes. You probably will lose some weight, and you might use that methodology to get some results, but you can't do it forever. At some point, the only way you're going to be successful on this lifestyle and successful long term is to find a way of living that you can sustain long term. And think about it. Think about anything you're doing. Think about anything you're attempting. If it's not something that you could see yourself doing for the rest of your life, then you've got to catch yourself right there. that's why diets never worked. I mean, I can't remember which one. I think I did actually as a kid because I was a fat kid. I think I got a hold of a book one time. I think I did the Scarsdale diet. It was horrid too. You were eating just a lot of, it was almost all meat, protein, cheese, very little, real food, and then a little bit of fruits and vegetables in there. But you can't. But the point being is on any of these diets, you can lose weight. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. You'll lose weight on almost any of these diets, but immediately you're not going to live like that. So as soon as you go back to however you're eating, that weight comes right back on. And you just got to have patience with this, and you've got to trust this process. I've talked about that over and over and over about trusting the process, but and it's just part of the society we live in these days. Everybody just wants we're used to that. The speed of the internet and just the global world that we live in. Everything happens so fast. We can order something on Amazon. It's at our door the next day. We can order tons of stuff online. It's the next day. We can do all this stuff online next day. So everything, we can get music that we couldn't used to. We can pop everything up. So we're even more so becoming a society of immediate gratification. Society needs that. And with this, I'll use that old cliche saying over and over, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So, settle in there and change those thought patterns. You've really that's the number one thing. If you don't change that, all the physical stuff, watching videos, learning a recipe, doing this and that, it's not going to do that much for you. Until you change the whole thinking patterns. You've got to accept this lifestyle before you can actually do this lifestyle. If you're tiptoeing along, and I see some people doing that, even people that'll kind of hint at a question to me, but they're scared of the fruit. They're scared of the fruit. They still have that the fruit's going to make you fat mentality, and you just have to let go and somehow trust what you're seeing. Trust the people. Whether it's me or whether it's somebody else, emulate successful people. If you're trying to be fully raw vegan, or if you're trying to be raw vegan, find a raw vegan that you like, you relate to, that you like the results they're getting, and follow what they're doing. But if you any number of the raw vegans, or even just high carb vegans, because high carb vegans, you can maintain your weight and lose weight on that too. It's that I won't get into the cooked versus the raw as far as the enzymes and all that stuff. But as far as losing weight, as long as you're eating clean and you're not eating too much fat, high carb vegan lifestyle in general, you will drop the weight. But you got to let go of the gimmicks, and you can't try to do the gimmicks while you're doing this lifestyle. So just put all that thinking in the past, trust the process, eat the fruit, stay clean, eat some vegetables with it, keep your fat fairly low. I won't even say keep it at this number, keep it somewhere between 10 and 20% even. Some people will say, 20 is way too high, but still, most people are going to lose weight if they're eating 20% fat. When people think they don't, it's because they're underestimating their fat. They're actually eating more fat than they think they're eating. But even at 10 to 20%, you will lose that weight, but you got to trust the process. Anyhow, don't want to start rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, click on the little bell, and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. And I hope you're having a great day. Love you guys. Peace.